We work on Sundays. I got no ketchup. I'm gonna have some ketchup, honey. Let's see if I can get closer. Good morning. Oh, you're gonna message me. Hello, nomadic hustler. Thank you. You have a good day as well. Thank you for the hearts. I see them coming in. Thank you guys. I was fine because when I leave the shelter, it's not really good for me to go live because I'm around a lot of woods and stuff. So that's why they buffer. And a lot of people tell me, oh, it's buffering, and I can't really. There's nothing I can really do about the buffer. So I just have to like try to live stream in like a better area. So live stream when I'm leaving the shelter. Can't do that. I'm at Wawa. I have to go in here and get some ketchup because I had got some hash browns for breakfast this morning. I had a good night last night. I can't complain. The shelter was all right. You know, I slept well. I slept well. Everything kind of was going okay for me. I'm trying to find a place to park so I can go back in here. I gotta go back inside Wawa for a second, y'all. I can't go this way. Goodness grief. I'm trying to get to the gym and I feel like I've been at this Wawa for like 30 minutes or so. Just trying to get my bearings this morning, guys. How's everybody doing on a Sunday morning? I thought the sun was coming out. It looked like it was going to be, it was nice yesterday. It was really nice weather yesterday, y'all. Really, really nice weather. Really, really nice weather. I'm going to park here. I just saw some videos on Facebook this morning that really rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm not going to talk about it because certain things are really just controversial. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But I see you. I see what y'all be doing out there. The people that be on here talking bad about certain people. It's crazy. I just live stream when you leave the shelter area and it's bad reception over here. Yeah. I try to get the live stream in as early as I can. So if I live stream when I leave the shelter, it's not good because I'm around a lot of trees. I'm like nestled in the backwoods, it's in the back country. So I'm not going to get no good reception. So I just have to do it when I'll just have to do it when I, get out of the tree line. The shelter is okay. This shelter is actually a little bit more lenient than the other shelter. There's not really a lot of rules. Like they have rules, but the rules are very like it's almost like a prison for real over there. Like the girls, like this morning, the girls were really, really loud. And like I said, this shelter, a lot of the women are like moms. They're single moms. So a lot of them are in their 20s and 30s. They're just young girls, young girls with young babies. So the girls that are in my room, they look like they're probably in their 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and they have little babies. So I wake up every morning to screaming babies wanting milk, and there's really nothing I could do about that. You know what I mean? Got to get myself out, but it's a lot of moms in there, young moms, single moms of all races, and the babies are up screaming at 6 in the morning because they want milk. So they'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I said, "Girl, you don't have to tell me sorry every morning. I was a single mom too, so I know what it's hitting for." So you don't have to say sorry to me. The girls that's in the room with me, they seem to be decent and like really kind of respectable girls. They seem like decent women. But I don't know how they are when they're like around the other girls or anything like that. But for the most part, the shelter ain't bad. But like I said, I do the same thing I did at the other shelter. All I do is sleep there. So, yeah, I had my first shower there the other day. The water is very hot. It's good. It's a nice, comfortable shower, but you just gotta make sure you got your shower shoes on. When you're in jail or wherever, you don't want to get into no shower and just have your bare feet on the shower floor because shower floors are very dirty. So I make sure I got my Crocs on. I need to get me a new pair of Crocs because all I wear is Crocs. Like I don't really wear any of my, like, I only wear my sneakers at the gym, but I don't wear anything. When I'm at the shelter, I try to just stay low key and I try to look like a bum as much as I possibly can because I don't want people to think I have anything. So it's snowing mixed with rainfall. Oh God, that sucks. I know it's supposed to rain. I watch a guy that I watch on YouTube. He's from upstate New York, and he said it's gonna be snowing up there soon. So it's gonna be a cold front coming in, and once that cold come in, it's not gonna leave. So that's why I'm glad I'm in the shelter because I can't possibly stay in the car when it's cold like that. But I just gotta get something out of water. I gotta go get some ketchup, and I'm going to church this morning, so I'm trying to get ready for that. I gotta go to the gym and try to get me maybe an hour in. It's 8:33, so maybe I'll be able to get some kind of workout before I go to church. But I'll be right back. I gotta get some ketchup so I can eat my hash browns. So if you guys could watch my car, keep my car safe. I'm going to throw away this trash. This is a lot of trash, ain't it? Sorry, I'm back. 7 people. Good morning. Getting myself ready. I'm gonna go to church today. We got a church service pretty much all day long. I mean, I'm gonna go. You know, I had to get some ketchup because I have some got some hash browns for breakfast. I'm not really a big breakfast eater, but you know, some days, my days off, I might dabble a little bit. You know, I know my hash browns are it's snowing mixed with rainfall. Yeah, when that snow come in, it's just crazy. I hate the winter. I don't like winter. I just don't like winter because, let me move my car. I don't like being close to people at Wawa when they start pulling their cars in. I do not like the winter time. I just don't like when it, I don't like the cold for sure, but I definitely don't like when it starts to get, dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I don't like that. But this is what life is, right? I don't even really like Wawa's hash browns like that, but I'm not really too close to a Wawa. I'm not that close to a McDonald's. So I eat what I can. Good morning to everyone. I'm gonna go over to the gym. You know, Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is where the hobos go, right? Planet Fitness is where all the homeless people go to get dressed and stuff. But I guarantee you they're gonna find a way to stop that too. They're gonna find a way to stop the homeless people from going to the gym taking a shower. They're gonna really be like, are you exercising today? Are you exercising? You just here to take a shower. So they're gonna try to stop that somehow too. Maybe Planet Fitness don't care, I don't know. But I think they're gonna try to crack down on who's actually really exercising and who's not. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna check that, but you know, when they find out homeless people are using Planet Fitness for showers, or like not only homeless people, like truck drivers go there to shower too. It's not just homeless people. Yeah, I hate winter too. It's just too cold. Too cold, but it's not cold as it used to be. It used to be like brisk cold. We don't get that cold. It doesn't get that cold like that no more. But I do miss like when I was like stable and I had my own place. I did like being snowed in, you know, with nothing to do. Especially if I didn't have to work or anything, I would be fine being like snowed into my, you know, snowed in at home with nothing much to do but sleep, watch Netflix, you know what I mean? But the kind of jobs that I had at that time, I was able, even if it snowed, I still had to go to work. So I had one of those kind of jobs. Like I still had to go. So, but I had to go get me some ketchup, honey. I need some ketchup with these old dry behind things. But that's one thing I miss about having my own place is cooking my own food. I miss cooking. I do miss cooking, honey. I miss it. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss cooking. So I'm headed to the gym. I'm gonna try to get me an hour in. An hour in. And get myself ready for church today. We have like a morning service and then we have like a second service. Trees look pretty though. The fall colors look so beautiful. The fall colors look ravishing, rabbit. What kind of word am I trying to use? The fall color looks nice. The fall colors look nice, honey. So yeah, in this shelter, I'm in a shelter now with women that got kids. And child and babies be waking up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning crying for milk, and I just be like, oh damn. That gives me more gasoline to get to get myself together. Not that I really mind the babies crying, but them babies be screaming for that milk. I'm like, oh damn. The other shelter didn't have any babies in there, and I was like, oh snap. But the girls are nice. Like the girls that I'm in the room with, they're nice and respectful because they'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, my baby." I said, "They're babies. They're gonna cry for milk." So I just gotta get used to it because it ain't, they're babies and they're gonna cry for milk. But one of the other girls, there's two girls in my room. So one of them got 6 kids. One of them got 6 kids, and the 6 kids are in the room with us too. So I'm the only single woman in there with no kids with me. You know what I'm saying? So the girl got 6 kids, and the other girl got one. So, but the kids are decent. They're not like jumping all over the place, jumping off walls and all. She don't be letting them do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They seem to be decent kids. But I say, yeah, they decent now until they get older, honey. That's when you really gonna have a problem. But um, yeah, it's a shelter. It's a shelter that takes people that got kids and stuff, and you got a lot of women around there that got young kids, and a lot of the young kids could be like, some of them could be infants, newborns, like 1 year olds. So it's babies in this shelter. And then some of the girls, like the girls that are out there in the day room, they talk, they're loud, rowdy women. I don't like loud rowdiness too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind people talking and communicating and having a good time, but they could be a little loud and rowdy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't be there again. I'm not there. I have a car to be able to get away. But like I said, I'm not there, so it don't really matter what they do. I just go there to go to sleep, pretty much, and it's there for the bed. But you know, I haven't had any real problems since I've been there. I just noticed that the women are the women are younger. It's a younger generation. They're women with kids. So I'm assuming that most of them are single moms. You know what I mean? You're in a shelter because you don't have anywhere else to go. We're not in a shelter because we have a supportive family unit. We're here because we don't have no place else to go. So I just watch the girls. I look at how they handle their kids, and some things I don't like what I see. Sometimes the moms get mad when the kids wake up early in the morning, especially the younger ones that need milk. One of the moms was like cursing at her kids, like, lay down. I said, them kids is up. I need you to help them. I remember when I was younger, and I had young kids. It's hard when those babies get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, especially when you tired from working or whatever. I know what it's like. They be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I say, you don't listen. Don't say sorry to me. Those are your kids, and you got to take care of them. But it's mothers that came before you that's done all this before. I did all this before. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new to me. Being a mom, not new to me. I understand what y'all going through. It's hard. It's hard. Because I know sometimes you want to lay in the bed and be on your phone or whatever, but you got kids to tend to now, honey. You gotta get up, make kids to eat. She got other kids. I think her oldest is like 13 years old. So I believe that she got all 6 of her kids with her. And all 6 of those kids are in that shelter. So it's like one big room. Room is smaller than the other shelter. The other shelter had like one big room. And there were like there could be like 20 girls in one big room. But this shelter they have rooms. The rooms are a little bit smaller, but they have 4 bunk beds in each room. So I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Stop the cap. There is no cap over here, honey. No cap over here. Good morning. How are you doing, Jess? How's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. I'm going to the gym, y'all. I'm just gonna get on that. I'm just really getting on the yoga mat, do some stretching. I'm not really doing much today. Probably lift some weights, walk on the treadmill. I might do this to go for like 5 or 10 minutes. Jump in the shower, get ready for church. I got good timing because church don't start until like 11:45. Matter of fact, I think today might be. I don't even know. I gotta call and text my sister. Need some coffee? Here you go. I'll share my coffee with you. Yeah, but I wanted to stay in bed. The only thing that got me out of the bed this morning was I I had to go to bed. I wanted to stay in bed and rest, but the kids were starting to wake up. And the babies be crying. So I was like, listen, girl, I've been there before. I know what it's like raising kids. This girl got 6 kids. I'm like, damn. Y'all got to get up and take care of them. And you got to you got to get up and get breakfast by like a certain time. So even me, and I don't have no kids there with me, but I was like, can I have breakfast before I leave? She was like, girl, breakfast's over. I'm like, oh, okay. So I missed breakfast. I don't know what they had, probably pancakes or something, but she was like, breakfast is over. So I was like, oh, okay. I said, I'll be back tonight. By the time it closed, not closed, but when you got to be back in the shelter by like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. or whatever. I think it's 10 p.m. But like I said, I'm off today. I'm off tomorrow, and I said I'll be back here before they shut the door or whatever. So because they have on the paper, they say if you don't make it back by curfew, you're terminated from the program. So I'm like, girl, listen, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Only time I'm gonna get in late if I'm working, and if I'm working, I'll get back there like 10:15 at the latest. I'm back there about 10:15. I think last night I got in like 10:30. But I notice on the weekends, a lot of the girls, they be out. They be outside. A lot of be outside on like Friday and Saturday nights or whatever. They be outside. I just be minding my own business, but I am looking around and seeing what people up to, baby. I'm trying to figure out, my surroundings. You want to know where you're at and what kind of people you are around. So I'm very like I'm very alert at what's going on around me. Now you don't want to be like, a dipsy airhead, not realizing like what your surroundings are. You know what I'm saying? You want to be you want to be alert of the people, places, and things that are around you out here because you got to be careful. The room is messy. The girls are not organized, not very clean. I see like pull-ups on the bed, and these are not used Pampers or anything like that. But it's not young girls, and they just they have stuff thrown everywhere, and this shelter don't really pressure you to keep your space clean. You know what I'm saying? The shelter I'm at, they don't pressure you to keep anything clean. There's no pressure there. But the other shelter, they don't play around. But these girls have stuff all over the place. Like bouncy, those things the babies can get in and bounce, like put their feet on the ground and they can bounce up. One of those things that the babies can bounce up and down in. They had those all thrown all over the bed, and one of the girls got like sheets up, like she in prison somewhere. So I'm like, okay. But they pretty respectful girls, you know what I'm saying? They might have a little bit of roughness around their edges, but they're nice girls. They're two black chicks that's in there. And there's other people in there. Like there's some white girls on the other side. I saw some of them. I don't know if I seen any of them that had babies. Like I said, I'm not there ever. So some people I just don't never see, but glad I found another place. How's it going? Not bad, Jess. Doing the best I can. I'm in the shelter. I'm in the second shelter because I told you the first shelter put me out. So I'm in the second shelter, and the second shelter is a lot different than the first. It's a lot different. A lot of things going on there, but it's not bad because they're a little bit more lenient in this one. You know what I'm saying? They bend the rules a lot here. They very kind of like the other shelter. They run it very like Republican-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like a Christian shelter, even though it's a lot of ghetto stuff happening. They're like the Republicans run that shelter over there. This shelter right here, straight up, you do what you want to do over here. As long as you're not breaking rules like fighting somebody, hurting somebody, or coming in with drugs, but they don't keep the rooms clean, the beds, they don't tell, they don't push the girls to try to keep anything clean. Like the staff members are lazy because they're not pushing that. The other shelter, they push that. They went and check on the rooms every day. And even if your bed is not made, if your bed is not tidied up, they're going to be saying something to you. Like, you need to, because they said that to me, I think my first or third night there, they said, you got to tighten up your bed a little bit more. I said, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Like, what I'm going to say? I'm not going to get smart with you. Like, okay, I'll tidy up my bed. No problems. No issues, no problems. No issues, no problems. I do what I'm told, right? But these girls last night, even when I came in, they had clothes and stuff thrown all in their bed. And these are women that got kids. So I'm like, oh, I see these staff members. All they do is stay in the office all day and get up and just make sure you're doing your chore. And I got to meet with my counselor tomorrow. And I'm coming back this way about 1 or 2 o'clock because I have something I have to do. But I got to come back and meet with my counselor on a specific day and time. So just meet up with her. I have to give her my pay stubs and stuff. She want to know what's going on. You know, how much, they want to see what your money is, what you're bringing in and all that stuff. So what are you spending your money on? Are you saving it for an apartment? And like, I can't save much because I still do have some major bills. Like I have to keep my car paid for and keep things on. So I'm not able to save as much money as I would like to save, but I am saving a few little nickels. So don't get why they kicked you out. Oh, they kicked me out because I took a picture of a lady that was getting high. It was a lady. I woke up in the middle of the night and there was a lady getting high. She was tweaking out and stuff like that. So I took a picture of it and somebody saw me and I believe they told on me. And they were like, yeah, you took a picture of somebody. And, I said, yeah, a lot of girls are taking pictures of that woman and they're trying to do something about it. They're trying to let the staff know that this woman is in there tweaking and she's getting high. She could fall and hit her head and bust her head on a table or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all shouldn't allow her to be in the shelter coming in here high on dope. Y'all shouldn't allow that. So that is the reason why I got kicked out. That is the reason why I got kicked out. This particular lady was, she gets high. I don't know if she's getting high in the shelter or she comes in high, but she's definitely getting high. And everybody's been, like, a lot of the girls were complaining to the staff members, like, yo, this chick is like, you wake up in the middle of the night, she in the middle of the floor looking like a zombie. Like, nobody wants to see that crap. And y'all shouldn't put up with that either. Y'all need to be telling this woman, okay, we understand you homeless and everything, but obviously you have a drug problem. If the girls are complaining and saying that they wake up in the middle of the night, somebody that don't do drugs don't want to see that. I'm just saying, somebody that's not on drugs and not out here on dope, they need to sit her down and say, listen, you have a counselor, but see, they don't even care. The counselors don't even care. They don't care for her. Because if they cared about it, they'd be like, listen, you either leave or you go get into it. You sign yourself up for a rehab program because you need one. I'm not a doctor, but I know when somebody's tweaking out on drugs, I know what that looks like. So that's the reason why they put me out, y'all. And instead of trying to help the issue and like helping the woman, like help her, they rather her stay in there and everybody act like they don't see it. They act like they don't see the fact that this woman is tweaking out every damn night. Or I think she used to do it from what I see, but I guess if she's not tweaking on the dope, she's like popping pills. I think she's the type of addict that she do whatever she can get her hands on, because sometimes I smell alcohol on her. So they be tweaking at the motel I'm at and in the middle of the streets acting like, yeah, girl, that's why I got kicked out for that. And me, a whole woman, I get up. I do have me some sips. I do drink here and there. Casually, I'm a casual drinker. I have a little bit of wine here and there, but I'm a focused person. Like, I get up and go to work every day. They don't want people at the shelters that get up and go out and get the money from a job. They want you to be a drug addict, or they want you to be collecting welfare. Those people are more valuable to the shelter life than someone that has a job like myself. And I'm not down talking nobody. I've been on welfare before too in the past. You know what I'm saying? I had my moments. So I'm not sitting here like, talking like I'm better than the next person. I'm not even sitting here talking about, I'm not even acting like I'm better than the woman that's tweaking. I'm not better than the next drug addict. I don't know why people use, like, she using drugs. She could be trying to mask her pain. I don't know. But the only thing I was saying was the shelter should be assisting her and helping this woman. They need to be sitting her in the office, sitting her down like, look, we see that you got a problem. You got something going on with drugs, because everybody's saying that you tweaking and you doing this and you doing that. You need to go to rehab. This is not the place for you. We're not going to kick you out, but we're going to try to help get you into a rehab. That's what they should have been telling her, instead of just throwing me away, throwing me out in the streets. They threw me out in the streets because they wanted me to stay quiet. I'm not a drug addict. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to try to go to the bathroom and I see a fiend in the middle of the room tweaking out. I don't want to see that crap. So they put me out to silence my mouth. They wanted to silence my voice. But little do they know, I'm still gonna I'm gonna send an email to the man that run the shelter and let them know what's going on. Shoot, staff members supposed to be watching us in the middle of the night, and guess what they're doing? Sleeping. They supposed to be watching us for our safety, and they, in the middle of the night, they sleeping. So just a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff was going on in that place, and I didn't deserve to be kicked out. I didn't deserve that. They could have just pulled me aside and said, listen, let's have a talk. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in here taking pictures of people no more, or whatever. And that's how they could have just handled the situation. But they end up putting me out. And, I know it's against the rules to, you wasn't supposed to be taking pictures in the shelter. I said, well, what are y'all going to do about this lady? She need help, man. Y'all want to put me out because y'all know y'all not doing y'all job trying to assist this woman to get her to some treatment. Because this shelter is not treatment. The shelter is nearly just a shelter to help you stay out the streets. But if somebody has a drug addiction and you see that they're struggling, you need to try to get them to where they need help at. Happy Sunday, Dana. How you doing? Danny Butler. How are you today? I'm at the gym. I'm trying to get myself dressed in the car, but I'm running my mouth a little bit too much. I just need to go in there and stretch today. Stretch really, really good. But yeah, I'm talking about the shelter. Somebody was asking me, why did you get kicked out? So I was just talking about that. Yeah, I don't want to wake up and see zombies. Even in the shelter I'm in now, like, I'm learning to, keep my phone. Like, I'm not taking pictures of nobody. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even recording in the shelter at all. Even though I make content, I am a social media person. So I make content and I talk about my life. But I'm not going to record in the shelter or anything. I'm not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that anymore. But I'm trying to get myself dressed so I can go in the gym and work on this big back, honey. Even though I don't have a big back. I don't have a big back, you guys. But it's going to be a great 2 days off. And I got so much stuff that I need to do Monday. So I'm going to be doing what needs to be done tomorrow. Got a few appointments, just running some errands. Doing stuff that need to be done. Of course, we're going to go to the gym and keep getting ourselves snatched to the gods, honey. Danny, the roofless shelter was diabolical and purely unethical, and the staff, you're out. The staff glad you're, yeah, they're glad I'm out because I was fighting against what they were doing. Like, not fair that these women have to wake up to see addicts all over the place while they're sleeping. Like, I think in a shelter, like, we deserve, thank God for a shelter. They feed us and stuff like that, but we deserve a safe place to rest at night. Not having staff members that's in the office sleeping or in there just doing whatever. They're not really focused or watching us. They're supposed to watch us for our safety. So when they said, oh yeah, we know you took a picture of this woman and all that, that's why we're putting you out, because you're not supposed to be taking a picture. I said, oh, okay, yeah, no problem, whatever. I'm not gonna fight against that, but y'all need to be doing y'all job. And you, as a counselor, and you know that somebody is fighting addiction, you should be stepping in and try to get this woman to a rehab to help her. I wasn't in there taking pictures. I wasn't like laughing at her or anything like that, but y'all should be helping her more. I'm off today. I'm going to church. I just felt like the shelter should be assisting her more instead of just, letting her tweak out every freaking night. And she seems to be the type of woman that whatever drug she can get her hands on, that's what she gonna do. So whatever she can find to get high, because sometimes I see that she would, she'd be drinking, she come in, with alcohol on her breath. So I think she's like the type of addict. She do whatever she can get her hands, whatever she can get a hold of. And sometimes you could tell she in there probably on pills. She clearly has an addiction issue, and they should be helping her with that, like helping her get somewhere to get herself cleaned up. And that's it. And when I did what I did, they were like, oh no, this girl, she's a threat. Let's get rid of her, because now she's starting to see the addicts in here. They know that woman's an addict. I'm not the only girl that's complained about that woman tweaking out. But I'm in a better place, guys. I'm in a new shelter, and I'm in a better environment. I mean, this shelter is not really... Got some problems with this shelter too, but I'm grateful to be out of there and in a new environment. It's not perfect. It's always going to be some problems. Like people in their families, you always going to have some issues and problems. Nothing's going to ever be like 100% perfect. That's just not life. You know what I mean? Life is not going to be pristine and perfect and everything is fine. Like, that's just unethical. You're going to have some things that, I'm trying to find my gym pants, and child, I can't find them. Where are my gym pants? I don't even know, child. I still feel like I live out of my car because I got so much stuff in my car. So many things. What are you guys doing today on a Sunday? Good morning. What's everybody doing on a Sunday? I don't even feel like getting in that back seat. I gotta get in the back seat to get my stuff. I don't even want to. Oh my God, I'm so lazy right now. I'm super lazy. I'm trying to get in this gym and do something, honey. Try to get some kind of fitness exercise out of the way. But I got so much stuff in here that's just... trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear to church today. My clothes be so wrinkled. I have no place to really iron my clothes. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I might wear this. This is what I wore to work last night. Oh, you're watching football, sleeping in? Have to go to work tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Back to work on Monday, right? Hopefully y'all enjoyed your weekend. I'm normally off on Sunday and Monday, so this is like my weekend. I wish I had weekends off, but I mean, in a perfect world, you know what I mean? In a perfect world. I'm trying to get in this gym, y'all, but something is pulling me back. Like, no, I don't feel like going. Just relaxing and being sad. Oh, don't be sad. Don't be sad, Rhonda. You gotta do something to make your spirits come up. I know it's crappy weather. And you said it's raining and snowing? Don't be sad, sis. Yeah, big back workout today, even though I don't have a big back, but I'm just gonna try to do my fitness today. I don't want to go in here. I really don't. I don't even feel like going, but I need to, because if I don't work out every day almost, I'm gonna be going nuts. I gotta do something, even if it's like a 10-minute walk. Something. I gotta do something active for myself. I just call it big back workout, even though I don't have a big back. I'm trying to throw a little humor in there. I'm not a comedian, but I try to be. I'm not a comedian, but I try to be. I try to keep my spirits up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta throw a little humor in your life. And I'm tired of my situation. I really am. I don't like living like this, but I'm better off than a lot of people. Some people are sleeping out in the streets every day, and so I'm grateful. But I'm definitely like burnt out with this lifestyle. Getting dressed in my car, getting my clothes. Like my car literally looks like I live in it. I got clothes everywhere. I would say my car is like my dresser. Like my dresser at home. If I had a house, it would be my dresser because it has my clothes folded up in it. So I'm going to church today. So now I'm like, I don't really have access to ironing my clothes. I either have to try to iron in Planet Fitness. But even when I try to iron at Planet Fitness, people come into the room and they be looking at me like, what's she doing? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get in trouble at Planet Fitness for ironing my clothes because I don't want Planet Fitness to put me out. They might put me out and say, that's against your policy. Then I lose my membership for Planet Fitness because if you iron at Planet Fitness, people are probably automatically going to think that, oh, she must be homeless. Because a normal person that has like their own house or apartment, they might go to Planet Fitness to take a shower, but they're probably not going to be ironing their clothes at Planet Fitness. So I got to stop doing that because I don't want them to kick me out of Planet. Because if they kick me out of Planet, then I and other gyms are going to be really, really expensive. So I was like, let me stop ironing my clothes in Planet Fitness because if somebody see me doing that, they're going to run and tell and say, it's a lady in there ironing her clothes. I don't want to get myself in trouble and lose my membership. So, I mean, the thing they probably would do is come to me and say, hey, you're not supposed to, you can't iron your clothes here. That's probably what they would say to me. But me, I don't want to get myself caught up. So, and I'm not able to iron. I mean, I could go to a park. I could go to like a local park and like iron my clothes there, but some local parks don't have socket. They don't have outlets. So, but I'm going to see in the shelter if they have an area that I'm able to iron clothes because they said in the shelter you can't have irons there. So they said you got to overthink regular activities when someone, yeah, man, you can't like even ironing your clothes. Sometimes I go to work and I have wrinkled stuff on, but I put like a cardigan over top of it because I don't have a place that I could really like iron at. And at Planet Fitness, I'm taking a gamble because I'm not really supposed to do that. So I don't want the owner or whoever the manager is to come in and say, you're not supposed to be ironing clothes here. I mean, they might just give me a warning, but I don't even want to get a warning. I just kind of just not do it. You know what I mean? I can go to a park, but I have to find a park that has like outlets where I'm able to iron my stuff. So yeah, just the really simple activities can be so hard when you're homeless. It could be the smallest little activities, ironing clothes, boiling an egg. You can do that being homeless, but you have to find a place to do that in. You know what I'm saying? So it's rough. It's a rough life, and I'm really tired of living this way. But there's nothing I could really do but keep living. You know what I mean? I gotta keep going, keep moving forward. And I try to wake up every day, in a positive light saying that, okay, here's another day. Yes, I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of having all my stuff in one place, like the car and, having my bags walking back and forth. But this is my life for now. And it's not going to be like this forever. That's why I, continue to feed into myself and say, it's not going to be forever, sis. One day, a year or two, I'm going to look down the road and be like, dag, I was here. I remember I was homeless and look at me now. You know what I mean? I know that better days are coming for me down the road. It's better days. Better days are coming. I just gotta I gotta stay the course. This is my life, and I did it to myself, so I ain't blaming nobody. These are my acts. Home to me. You can iron clothes. I can iron clothes at your house. Oh, thank you. How nice. Good morning. Hi, Big Papa. How are you? But yeah, this is the lifestyle, man. And I can't wait until I get myself stable again. The smallest little things are so hard to do when you're like homeless. And some people say, oh, well, you're not homeless because you live in a shelter. You have a roof over your head. If you don't have an address that you can have your mail sent to, you're technically a homeless person. So And I believe that I can have, like, I had mail sent to my other shelter, but now I have to, like, transfer my mail to probably this one. And I don't want to keep transferring my stuff. I do have one of my sisters that too, she takes my mail too. And I have so many different addresses, child. When you homeless, you use different people's addresses. Cause sometimes, like, I send my stuff from my job to my sister's house. Certain places I send mail certain places, you know. Thank you, Wilson. I'm homeless. I'm homeless if not getting my mail in my hands. Yeah. It's rough out here, man. And a lot of people look down on homeless people, people that lost their apartment or whatever. They look down on us because they think that we're the first thing a person thinks about a homeless person. Oh, drugs. Drugs. You're using your money on drugs. You're not paying your bills. But that's not always the case that people was evicted. I wasn't evicted due to non-payment of rent. I was evicted because I violated my lease. So everybody's situation is different. You know, somebody could be in the shelter because they were married once and their husband passed away. The breadwinner of the household, he passed away. Like, anything could happen to anybody. Like, this shelter that I'm in, it's a lot of younger single moms there that have children. They're like in their 20s and 30s. I'm assuming this generation over here is younger because this is a shelter that have single moms. A lot of single moms are here and all their kids are there. Like, these kids age from like newborns all the way up until whenever. And these kids be waking up in the middle of the night, you know, wanting milk, juice or whatever. So I'm like laying in my bed just hearing these babies scream. And some of the women are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I said, listen, you don't have to be sorry to me because your baby's crying. It's a baby and the babies cry. That's what they do. Babies cry to get milk or food, or they want you to cuddle with them or whatever. They want to be loved. So I was like, I'm a mom. I've been here before. When I was younger, I had children too at a young age. So I know what it's like. But I said, you're doing a good job. So I try to encourage them that you're doing a good job. Y'all have y'all kids with y'all, regardless of your situation of being homeless. You're going to make it because you got your kids with you. You got your kids. Your kids are not in the system. They're with you. So there you go. You're doing good because you have your children with you. So don't worry about what the rest of the world's saying. Because guess what? They're going to bash us anyway. We're going to get bashed anyway. But that's okay. I don't mind getting bashed because I know who I am. And that's all that matters. I don't mind getting bashed. Because most people, when they bash you, they're not going to bash you to your face. They're going to come and troll you like in videos like what I make. I get trolled all the time, child. But I don't care. As long as you know who you are. And I tell the girls, I try to encourage them, sis, as long as you know who you is, don't worry about what the rest of the world going to say. Because the rest of the world ain't going to say nothing good about you. They're not going to say nothing good. So you got to know that you got to know for you. You got to know who you are within yourself. That's it. Love yourself. Know yourself. Like, when you love yourself completely, you're not worrying about what people think or say. Do you think I give a damn about what people, they tell me all the time, oh, you look a mess. Oh, you need to do your hair. Oh, you need to do this. But I'm comfortable with myself. Okay? I'm comfortable with me. When you comfortable inside your own skin and you love yourself, you don't care what people think. You don't care what they think about you. You don't care what they say. I tell the mommies, I say, y'all doing a good job. Keep doing what you're doing. Some of them could be a little rough around the edges, but who am I to judge? They're young women with kids and they're by themselves. The reason you're at the shelter because we don't have anyone. You don't have family members that's able to help you. That's why we're all here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we are all here to start our lives over and to get another jump start on life. And I told him, I said, as you get older, it gets harder to try to get yourself together. Good morning, Lori. How are you doing? They judge homeless people thinking we all strung out, yeah, and bag, and it's the opposite. We sober and gain. Yeah, a lot of the homeless people that are sober and not out here messing around with drugs and alcohol, the ones that don't have addictions to stuff, we get treated bad because they thinking like, why are you homeless? You know what I'm saying? Why? What happened in your life? You never know what happened in someone's life. That's why it's good to communicate and talk to people, because if you want to know my story, just ask. Instead of assuming. If you want to know my story, just ask. A lot of people have stories. But when I see homeless people out in the streets or living in their car, when I'm saying, okay, I'm in a shelter and I'm grateful to be there. Yes, the shelter has a lot of flaws, a lot of things I don't like about it. But I got to endure it for now, because there's some people that are sleeping on sidewalks in the back of stores. There's some people sleeping in their cars. And they're hopeless. Some people are ready to just end their life because they don't know what else to do. They feel like, oh man, I'm at the bottom of the barrel in life and I'm at rock bottom. This is my rock bottom. Me being homeless and losing my place and stuff like that, This is my rock bottom. I'm like in a bottomless pit, right? But I'm not, I feel joyful because I'm grateful to be alive, and I'm thankful that I'm healthy. I'm thankful that I can walk, I can talk, I can move my limbs, I can go to the gym, I can walk on the treadmill. Some people laying in the hospital bed on a ventilator. Some people are in hospice right now waiting for their time to take their last breath. So I'm grateful in my situation. Most people can't do what I'm doing. Some people look at me like, oh my God, I don't see how you doing it. Oh, that shelter is nasty, I wouldn't be in there. Yeah, a lot of these shelters are nasty. They're not going to give you some pristine 5-star hotel experience in the shelter. They're not going to give you a pristine hotel experience in the shelter. We're homeless. We're not paying rent. So they're not going to give us the top of the line of anything. We just got to make it work. Yeah, right. Gratitude, grateful to be alive and having. Yeah, I'm grateful. Wife to be, love, love, love. Love to you. Good morning. I raised my 2 kids as a single mom, and it's rough. Yeah, and I see these mothers. I don't judge and talk about them. Yes, the room is messy. They got stuff splattered all over but I'm a woman in my 40s. These are women in their 20s and 30s, and they're single moms and they have kids. I've been there before, you know what I mean? I didn't have help with my family. Like, I didn't have help even raising my children, and I was young too. I had a 1-year-old at one point in time, a crying baby. I took care of my kids, and I see these mothers. That's who I used to be too. I was there before, so I know. So she's like, oh, waking up. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, my daughter's crying. I'm like, so what? I've been here before. Babies are going to get up in the morning and they're going to scream for milk. So I know what that feels like. But I breastfed my baby, so I didn't really have to get out of bed. But the young mothers doing the best that they can do, man. And some of them are a little ghetto, and some of them are a little loud. But I'm not going to talk down about them. We already get bashed to the world anyway. The world bashes us every day. So I'm looking at those sisters like, y'all gonna make it. Y'all doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? If you don't hear from somebody in your family, I know what it's like to not have family. I know what it's like to not have support system. I know what that feels like. And it hurts. It's very painful. Yeah, I am too. Facts that they asking you questions and taking notes because you've been there. Yeah. Yeah, they respectful girls. Like, they're respectful to me. Now, I don't know how they are when they're around other people. Like, when they get around the other chicks in the shelter, I don't know how they act. But when this is me and I'm in the room with them, we talk and stuff. You know, I don't want to go in there and act like I'm bougie. Like, the other shelter, I was, like, quiet. I stayed sheltered to myself. But I don't want to be like that anymore and be like, oh, because then chicks going to be thinking I think I'm better than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she got a car and she got a job. She thinks she doing better than us. And I don't want to be like that. So I'm trying to welcome myself, like, open myself up a little bit more and say, hi, how you doing? You know, instead of just being, you know, in the other shelter, I was just pissed off that I was around a whole bunch of, like, women using drugs. And I didn't like that. I don't like that ghetto lifestyle, like that street stuff. I'm not into that. So I can't stand women who out here getting high and stuff. I don't like that. Like, sis, get yourself together. But that's what I was dealing with at the other shelter, a lot of drug addicts. But where I'm at now, I'm out in the country. It's like I'm out in the sticks. So you don't have access to go find drugs like you could. Because when I was in the other shelter, I was in the middle of a city. In the city, you could call your dealer to meet you around the corner and go get what you need. They got drug dealers on every corner out in cities. Everywhere. Drugs is out there. I see the young boys hustling up the avenue. I see that. I see it. I see it. The atmosphere, I hated it. The atmosphere, I freaking hated it. So the other shelter, I was always kind of coming in, kind of looking at them with my crooked eye because I didn't like what they were doing. Like, sis, y'all need to stop getting high because y'all gonna find yourselves like overdosing out here. Stop. Try to get your life together, or you're gonna be like somewhere in the morgue for overdose. You know how many people overdose every day on drugs, and these dealers are out here selling these people this poison. And then they come into the shelter all night talking loud, being ghetto, acting crazy, and being on drugs in the middle of the night. You tweaking out. I was tired of that. But this shelter look a little different. These are single moms with kids, and they not gonna do certain things because they don't want DIFUS. You know what I'm saying? They don't want DIFUS. They don't want DIFUS getting involved, so they not gonna do anything to risk their time with their children and stuff like that. So this shelter is different. Single mothers, and they just doing the best that they can do. And, I don't judge them. They don't really keep their stuff too tidy in the rooms, but who am I? I ain't nobody. I just mind my business, and I be in my top bunk. And sometimes we chit-chat and say a few things. I ask her about the program. You got to make yourself nice, make yourself, relatable. said, shoot, we all in the same position. I'm not gonna come in here and act like I'm better than y'all because, oh, I have a job and I have a car, so I'm better than y'all. Like, no, I'm homeless too. I don't have family either. I mean, I have family, but they're not doing nothing for me. And they don't have to. I don't want y'all to think that I'm so in my own self that I think like, oh, y'all my family, y'all should. No, they shouldn't. They don't have to. But it would be nice if they did assist me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I say. I don't have that attitude thinking that you family, you have to. No, family don't have to do anything for me. You was watching me yesterday. Okay, how you doing, Sir Jacob? What is going on? Welcome to my channel, y'all. When I get to my hour mark, I'm going to go in this gym and try to do something for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to come out and get ready for church. I am going to church today. I didn't go to church last Sunday, y'all, so I'm going today. I'm going today. Y'all, I need me a new pair of Crocs. My Crocs are like wearing down at the bottom. Homelessness has no particular face anyone can fall into. Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody at my job know my situation because I don't talk to people and tell them, you know what I'm saying? I keep my tea to myself, especially at work. But even if somebody at my job found out that I was home, I wouldn't care because I know they're not going to say anything to my face. They're not going to really come and ask me anything about it. They probably going to be looking at me a little weird, you know, because some people look at you as being homeless. They look at you like you have a cancer, like you got HIV or something. Like, oh my God, you know, oh my God. Like homelessness can happen to any of us, any one of us. So I don't share none of my business at work because people can't hold water. They're going to tell you business to somebody else. So I ain't going to go. The workplace is not a place for me to go and vent to. You know, even though we all need somebody to talk to, I'd rather vent to the world on YouTube. I'd rather tell YouTube. Now, for some reason, if my videos happen to go viral, which I don't think they ever will, but if I ever go viral, I have a big chance of people finding out my business. But if I go viral, hey, that's a good thing. I could make some money going viral, but that's not my focus. My focus is to bring awareness to the homeless population and let people know it's faces of homeless out here. All faces, all races. There's white people homeless. There's black people homeless. Even in the shelter, there was a few Asian people in there. And I was shocked to even see them in there. I was like, oh, wow, you don't see me. I was like, I think one of them was Filipino and the other girl was Korean. And sometimes you don't see a lot of Koreans homeless. Like when you see homeless faces out on the streets, you see black people, you see a lot of white people, you don't see a lot of other cultures out in the streets homeless. It's mainly black folks, white people, and you might see an Asian here and there, like here and there. And I'm not being like racist or anything. I'm just saying what I see as far as like the homeless epidemic. Yeah, and you guys are best sleep when you're listening to me when I was talking. Oh, my voice sounds like that. I don't like to hear myself speak. Like when I play it back, I don't like how my voice sounds. I've always been like that. I don't like my voice because you know, as you get older, your voice gets a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have the same voice I had when I was 20, but I don't know. I don't like my voice. I'm not a comedian. Sometimes I try to throw out a little humor here and there. You know, and I'm not a comedian. Sometimes people say, "Oh, you so corny." I'm like, I'm not really trying to be like a comedian, but sometimes I try to throw a little humor out into it, but. The faces of homelessness I see it was two Koreans, there was two Korean girls in there, and it was I think she looked like she could have been like, I don't know, maybe from Japanese or something like that, and there was white women and there was black people. And I don't really see a lot of other cultures in the homeless shelter. I'm not saying that other cultures are not homeless. I just haven't seen them in the shelter. So yeah, it's faces of homeless, different people, different races, all walks of life. But you guys, when I get to the hour mark, I'm going to cut this off. I will probably be doing live streaming later tonight. I'm going to be in church all day. We have a first service and then there's like a second service that I'm going to be going to today because I got nothing else going on in my life. So I might as well go give it to Jesus. And you guys have an awesome day. I'm about to get off of this thing here because I got to go in the back seat and get some stuff. But I thank you guys for coming by, and I also wanted to thank you guys for donations. If anybody ever sent me a Cash App, I appreciate you. I'm still getting around to screenshotting everybody and sharing all the Cash Apps, like as far as who sent me a Cash App. I'm not going to put your name out there or anything. I'm just going to send the Cash App and say, not send the Cash App. I'm going to send a screenshot and say thank you to this person because I don't want people that sent me cash apps to think that I'm not grateful. Like, I sent you money and you didn't even acknowledge, I'm going to acknowledge everyone that's ever sent me any money. Some people I have already acknowledged, but I'm still going to make videos and just being gracious and being thankful, because I wake up to cash apps every week. It's always somebody sending me something. So it's a blessing. But again, I never asked anybody to send me money. So I don't want people to think I'm on here begging. And yes, I have a homeless situation going on, but I never asked nobody for money. I don't think anybody here can say that I asked them for any money. People just send it, blessing. I get blessed. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to y'all soon. And happy Sunday to everyone. And I'll talk to you guys soon. If I don't go live streaming today, I'll definitely be live again tomorrow. But maybe I can get a live stream in tonight before I go back to the shelter. If I can get a good location that I'm able to sit and talk. Because like I said, I'm trying to get out of running my live stream while I'm driving, especially in the woods, because it's always buffering, and people don't like that. They were like, your video's buffering. There's nothing I can really do about that, but I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Stay safe and be well. Thank you, Dana. I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Everybody be safe. Stay safe out there. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.